And here is the painting currently. Not finished, obviously, but I'm doing stuff to it. A little tired, 'cause I've been doing this all day. And here it is. I'm doing the rendering thing. Well, not rendering, but it's like... I'm not rendering. That's not what it is. It's like the way Titian does his realism, if you know what I'm saying. Like shadowing and coloring, but like the detail. It's like how Titian paints details. It's kind of impressionistic how it's done. How that is done. It's something I learned in secondary school when I was painting with acrylics a lot. Not that I've done too much of it, but I'm definitely doing it here on the skin. And it's something that kind of thing, I think, is something that a lot of people a lot of people don't think I can do that, because I have often just shared my compositions, as in I've rarely shared any finished work. Most work I've shared has been just studies or composition ideas or things that are tests, drafts, unfinished works. I've been, for the last few years, just practicing and studying a lot of painting. I haven't really been finishing anything because I've been just trying to improve and just trying to like get better at things. And whenever I did paint a still life or something, if I wouldn't be doing it to create a finished product. I'd be doing it to sort of see what I could learn from, see what I could learn. I'd be doing it to improve. I'd be doing it to sort of like push myself and I'd be doing it to try to understand something about painting. Um, and it's all been very useful. I mean, almost everything I've posted in the last like at least year, maybe 2 years, has been stuff that's just for practice. Um, and uh, that's why a lot of it is very, just quite unfinished. Looks a little unfinished, but a lot of my old stuff looks unfinished, but it kind of looks modernist, if you know what I mean. Like a lot of Cézanne's stuff and Matisse's stuff. It's like an old master painting, but at an earlier stage, like before all of the final details have been put in. It's like a composition study. It's like it's like a it's like a painting that's been reduced to its basic shapes and colors, basic principles, let's say, without too much like detail in it. Um, the detail stuff I think is still important, but it's not as important as getting all of the shapes in the right place as doing. It's not as important as doing a proper composition. So, I mean, it was always my intention to eventually start like doing, putting in the details again. To start. I don't know what to call it, but to start, refining things and glazing and all of that, and making things look finished and realistic and so on. It's taken me till now to do it. Well, I don't know, like lately, especially lately, I've been in the last, well, since I got out of hospital like a month or so ago, I've been trying to, yeah, I said to myself that like now's the time to like make finished works, even if they're not going to be that good. I'm going to try and make things that are finished, that I can say are done, so that I can sell them, so that I can display them in a gallery, so that I can show them to people who might be interested in them, so that I can, yeah, so that I can sell them, so that they can be hanging in people's houses, really. And obviously, I'd like my paintings to be as good as possible, perfect, as good as Titian's and Boucher's and stuff. But that will that will come in time. I think everyone wants that, but that will come in time. And for now, I'm quite happy just with where I'm very happy with what I can do, what I can accomplish right now. Let's just say I'm very happy with what I can accomplish right now with painting, because 2 years ago I couldn't do this. 3 years ago I definitely couldn't do this. Um, and I think I'm only improving, and I think I'm at a pretty good level. I think I'm only improving, and I've been taught so much in the last 2 years. I've put almost all my time into it. 3 years, let's say. I've learned so much that, like, any challenges that I have with these things, I can just sort of think about what I've been taught by my teachers, by my teacher, Paul. I can just think about stuff that he's taught me and stuff. And I can just ask for advice, obviously, as well. They're playing cops and robbers outside. God's sake. But yeah, I think at the moment, I had the basic idea for this composition was to have a sort of dark. It was going to be a sort of like dark corner here and a light one here, and that is what it is. It's sort of dark here, light here, but I want the figure to be glowing and the sky to glow, and I want it to be like a bit of a triangle, like a mirroring thing. So light here, a stripe of dark, dark around here, dark around here. So like a kind of triangle, sort of kind of weird sort of triangle thing composition. So there's some light going on. It is something that has, when you start filling in the details for this sort of thing, like, you can really lose sight of the overall composition, because you're kind of focusing on single little areas, and you got to always stand back and look at the whole thing to make sure that you're using the right color. Like, for example, down here there was some open space, so I decided to put in like a bowl of flowers and a flower pot, plant pot, and a basket, and some drapery, which I'll fill in. But I'm looking at it now, and it's not dark enough. I need to alter the colors there, so that I need to make them darker, so that, it fits in with the composition. It might be okay as is, but I think from here it needs to be a bit darker, and I'll have to change that later. So you're like detailing, but then you have to like change the color, like the detail is the wrong color, and then you have to change it and paint over it or rub it out or something, and it's all a bit annoying. But I'm just getting on with it. So there's trees here. That's changed twice. It was a curtain. Realized it wasn't appropriate. Then it was a rock, and now it's some trees, which make better sense. Bushes, trees. This is all changed up a little bit here. I decided to put a cherub here, a sort of statue of one, some wall here, tree here, plant here. That might be a bit overkill. I'm not sure. It's kind of looking very busy in this little corner, but I'll have to sort that out. I might have to erase a few things, maybe not. Drapery, dark drapery, nice flowery corner, flowers here, some flat land, sky is gonna be whoosh, like a circular thing. The figure, I'm suddenly happy with it. The legs I'm a little bit sort of iffy about, but I'll maybe change those. The arms I'm finally happy with. She's like kind of sitting in a nice way. I might do the face in a bit, maybe not. Drapery is looking all right. I'm going to need to fill in the drapery, which will be simple. It won't take me too long. The detailing is like, it's easy to do realism. It's easy to sort of like add detail to things and make them look realistic, like the real thing, for example. But it's harder to sort of do that at the right it's harder to like put that in at the right time, in the right place, in the right color. It's harder to sort of like figure out where things belong first and choose the right colors first. That's the hardest thing, is that, because because the realism, easy as it is, you don't want to put it in the wrong place. If you put it in the wrong place, then you have to move it, and then you have to change it, and it's all wrong, and so on. So this is a paint I've been wanting to do for ages, because I'm just so like I love these sorts of paintings, and I've been wanting to do one for ages, and I've been doing landscapes, so a nice little figure in a landscape, why not? Done some still lives too, which are quite nice, and I've been doing some sketches for some other compositions too, like Perseus and Phidias, I think his name is. A battle scene with some heroes in it. I've been doing loads of stuff. This is like a nice still life I did a couple of weeks ago, sorry, a couple of days ago, even not too long ago. Some lovers, copy. This is like silly stuff that I do just to sort of like get some ideas, but also just to like fiddle around with some color ideas. Yeah, I'm not going to pan around my room too much because it's such a mess, but I think I'll leave it at that.